Hello friends, my name is Carl Bowker. I'm the owner and winemaker at Caliza. The team and I wanted to share with all of you, our club members and our fans and our friends, a little bit about the fall season here at Caliza. Our harvest, our winemaking processes, and so this video will share with you a little bit of that, and then we'll talk about some of the fall wines that are just being released that are available here at our tasting room and available online. We just wanted to bring you a little bit of uplifting in these trying times, and just wishing you all the very best.
I'm Mandy Bauer. I run the tasting room and the wine club here at Caliza Winery. The wine that I'll be drinking will be the 2018 Sidekick. Sidekick is the fall counterpart to our popular Caliza Kissing Cousins blend. Like all of the fall release wines, it demonstrates heightened depth and body, placing more emphasis on the savory components of this wine. Sidekick is usually a blend of 90% Roussanne and 10% Viognier, and with 2018 being no exception. Roussanne from our estate is round and rich with a creamy mouthfeel. Year after year, the barrels of this varietal are packed with texture and weight. But one of the most distinguishing characteristics is the floral and honeyed aromas. The purpose of the small amount of Viognier is to add a lift. When blended with the heavy Roussanne, the aromatic qualities appeal to the olfactory sense in a way that lifts from the glass. We find that, as with many varieties, a small amount really goes a long way. And for this reason, you rarely see more than 10% Viognier in our Sidekick. The Viognier and Roussanne blocks on our estate are right next to each other, so in a way, they're sidekicks. The vines are oriented slightly offset from the rest of the vineyard as to protect them from that afternoon sun. This ensures even ripening, little sun damage, and optimal levels of sugar and acid. Sidekick to me is characterized by tropical fruits, sweeter butterscotch overtones, and briny minerality that evokes the ground the grapes are grown on. Prior to releasing our wines, the team sat down and we discussed the characteristics of this wine. We all agreed on grilled pineapple and charred lemon as standing out within this wine. There's ripe fruit, there's citrus, there's oaky char, and like any cooked pineapple, there's some deeper savory components. 2018 was a great vintage for its ideal weather leading up to harvest in the early fall, with highs around 90 and lows around 55. For this reason, I think this vintage of Sidekick has heightened complexity with balance of fruit, textural elements, and minerality. It also stands out from other Paso whites for its rich and creamy elements. Cheers.
My name's Andy Ney. I'm the associate winemaker and vineyard manager for us here at Caliza. I'm here to talk to you today about our 2017 Syrah. Syrah is one of those powerhouse varieties that we grow. Paso Robles is a great place to grow Syrah, and in particular the Willow Creek district on the west side of Paso with its heavy calcareous limestone soils. You know, our hot days, our cool nights, we're able to fully ripen the fruit while maintaining that crisp acidity. We have 6 different clones of Syrah planted on our estate. It encompasses nearly half of our current plantings, which gives us quite a selection of different Syrahs to work with in the cellar, which is pretty unique. Each bring a different characteristic to the table. We usually end up with about 35 to 45 different barrels of Syrah. Working with Syrah in the cellar is quite a treat, being that we have such a spice cabinet of clones to choose from. We're able to really extract a lot of color, a lot of tannin, and really bind a lot of flavor in there. Having this assortment and this array of Syrahs really gives us a lot to play with and add lots of complexity into this wine. So the 2017 Syrah has aromas of smoked meats and dark brambly berry characteristics that couples with layers and layers of lush velvety tannins and sweet vanilla undertones. Cheers, guys. I hope you enjoy.
My name is Tyler Hill. I am the winemaking team associate here at Caliza. I split my time between the vineyard and the winery, and you may have run into me on Saturdays in the tasting room as well, where I pour and sell Caliza wines. But today I'll be talking about the 2017 Companion. Companion is a fun wine for me because it's a blend that you don't see in a lot of other parts of the world, especially in France. It's usually equal parts Cabernet Sauvignon and Syrah, give or take a few percentage points. Companion essentially came about for Caliza because Carl had a 1-acre vineyard up at his house that's off of Peachy Canyon Road that was planted to Cabernet Sauvignon. Unfortunately, the vineyard was planted on rootstock that was non-drought resistant. So after the 4-year drought, the vineyard was in very poor condition. So 2017 was actually the last harvest of this particular vineyard, and we were only able to bring in about a half barrel's worth of fruit. For the rest of the Cabernet that went into this blend, we called upon a couple other sources in Paso Robles to just bring this wine to the proper caseload that we normally release. When I sip Companion, I'm always entertained by the interplay of two very powerful varietals, Cabernet and Syrah. On the aroma, I think that the Cabernet kind of dominates. You get lots of green bell pepper, leather, mint, and cedar. And then tucked away kind of a little bit in the back, there's some smoked meat that's characteristic of Syrah. On the palate, I think that the fruit kind of dominates right up front. You get lots of dark blue and black fruits, as well as a mouthful of pretty insistent tannins. In 2017, we added 10% Petite Syrah to this blend, mainly because 2017 wines came across as a little lighter and brighter in their profile. So we found that 10% Petite Syrah went a long ways for just darkening and boldening this wine to be consistent with what it is vintage after vintage. Regardless, the 2017 Companion to me is drinkable right out of the gates. It's ready to go, very approachable even in its youth. Enjoy.
Today we're going to sample, I'm going to sample with you the 2016 cohort, a beautiful blend of ours, which is where we feature our Petite Syrah variety from the estate. The 2016 is actually Petite Syrah, Mourvèdre, and Syrah. This is a beautiful wine that's been in bottle now for over 2 years, so it's really ready for you to enjoy. It explodes with big fruit flavors. The cohort is our powerful wine. This is a wine we like to release in the fall because this is going to be great with your fall meals, your winter meals. It excites me. This is a fantastic wine that has big fruit flavors and yet incredible balance and elegance all in the same glass. Yeah, I get characteristics of quince and dark plum and even a little bit of red fruit characteristics, as dark as it is, and anise and the licoricey characteristic. It's a wine that has beautiful upfront fruit characteristics. The wine dances in your mouth and it fills on the mid palate and it finishes long and lingers. It's just fantastic, and we just love the cohort as this blend of estate varieties, where we feature the Petite Syrah, but we have the luxury of adding Mourvèdre, and in this particular vintage, Mourvèdre and Syrah, some vintages Grenache and Primitivo, and other varieties. But you can always expect our cohort to be powerful and yet elegant, just like most Caliza wines. We really want to showcase our estate and the beautiful growing abilities that we have here in the estate vineyard, and then we just package it all together into the glass.